Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your daily tarot and astrology reading for Friday, August 23rd of 2024. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful week. And let's go ahead and hop into today's video. See what the cards have to say, see what the trends have to say, so we can see how you can be better prepared to navigate these powerful and potent times. I'm actually making this the day of. I usually have this come out at like 8 a.m. or the night before. It's 6:32 a.m. So I'm a little late getting this out technically. Or maybe right on time. Who knows, right? I got this card again. I got the Two of Pentacles. I shuffled this deck very well. Two of Pentacles. Once again, so I think this is once again one of those days where we need to just find our center, find our core, no matter where we are, no matter where we're located. Doesn't matter if we're in the middle of a busy, bustling, noisy city. It's about finding that comfort, even in uncomfortable situations. It's about finding our peace and living moment to moment, and really just living by the beat of our own drum. Following that card, I do have, interesting. I do actually have the Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse. That's kind of an interesting card to follow this. This could be a day where we definitely need to connect more to our intuition, connect more to, I guess you would say, nature in a sense with this Empress card. It does show the wolf in here and an egret as well as a snake. So there's like, you get multiple animals here kind of representing different things. That egret in the back, there's an elegance to that egret. The snake definitely represents the wisdom. And then that wolf can represent, in many ways, the companionship that maybe we're looking for in life, or at least the being able to connect with others as well. Wolves are very organized. They're very organized. They have these deep familial bonds as well. And a lot of times the leader of the pack will actually be in the back of the pack, while the young members of the pack and the elderly are in the front, and then you'll have other leaders that are like flanking it to make sure that like everything is protected and stuff. I think that's kind of an interesting way to look at it. The Empress card in reverse here, we have to kind of we kind of have to lead from a different area, lead from a different place. This could be this energy where we're having to look a little bit deeper into things. We're having to feel a little bit deeper, and not just take things for the surface level value here. This can of course speak to looking deeper to find our value, to find our truth, and how it's not going to be just you know everything's not going to just be super obvious and on the surface level. This can also, I think, speak to a day where maybe we cultivate a little bit more self-esteem, especially with this Two of Pentacles upright. I think, like I said, we're trying to find the harmony maybe in places that maybe seem disharmonious, or places that seem a little bit busy and stuff. Bringing that nature into areas where it doesn't seem like nature would very much so prevail. So, like I said, this is a day where we might need to like dig a little bit deeper to find our self-esteem and stuff, and you know, to really see what's truly there. I think gratitude is going to be a really important thing today. Having an attitude of gratitude will definitely go a long way today. And astrologically, we do have some interesting stuff that's going on today, of course. We do have this moon that's going to meet up with Chiron, and it will make a nice little trine over to Mercury retrograde. Of course, it's with Chiron retrograde here. And this moon in Aries definitely can have us emotionally responding and reacting to more Aries-like things, right? We may be getting fired up, maybe getting more passionate. We can be, things could definitely be a little bit raw, maybe a little bit more impulsive. But with the Chiron here too, we definitely can be even responding even more so to some of our triggers, to some of our traumas, which is why I'm thinking that this Empress card in reverse came up, because we have to be able to look a little bit deeper, think a little bit deeper. This is a Mercury retrograde in Leo, so I think it's about, we have to have a better mindset. We have to love ourselves regardless of our flaws. And we have to be able to tell ourselves that. We have to have these positive affirmations, And it's funny, I was just watching like a video, and this is kind of applicable because Aries is very much so, all the fire signs are sports, but especially Aries. It's very, a lot of the biggest athletes in the world are Aries. But I was watching essentially a story about how the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, was talking about his former coach and how his coach pretty much was disparaging him and saying that he wasn't worth it and he wasn't good enough. And but his new coach has been praising him and has telling him how good he's been doing and all these sort of things. And Tua seems a lot more well adjusted, and he actually has played better over the last couple of years compared to the previous years when he first got into the league and he was under a different head coach. So I think, this comes down to like, what? We can perform better even if people aren't saying the best things to us and even if we don't have those positive affirmations. But it doesn't hurt to have those positive affirmations as well. And we have to also do this for ourselves. But like I said, it does help if you have someone there that is encouraging you as well. So today can be a day where we maybe need to find a little bit more encouragement for ourselves, especially because this is Aries, especially because this is Leo and this is a Mercury retrograde. We have to be able to gas ourselves up. I think that's really what this comes down to, especially with Leos know how to gas themselves up. Aries know how to gas themselves up. Pretty much all the fire signs know how to gas themselves up. So this is one of those days where maybe we have to learn how to gas ourselves up a little bit. Be our biggest cheerleader. I think a moon conjunct Chiron trining Mercury can help us do just that. It may come in a way of an awkward kind of energy, even though it's trine, but it's a harmonious energy. Even though it's with Chiron, which can be a little bit weird, it has like a weird orbit. Its orbit fluctuates between Uranus and Saturn, as far as like how far out it is from the sun and stuff like that. So it does have a very oblong kind of weird orbit and stuff. And of course, Mercury retrograde is having us go back to the drawing board in many ways with the Leo energy. And it's like, what do you really want? What does your heart really say? So it's like, we may need to dig a little bit deeper to find some of that self encouragement. But, we got to learn to gas ourselves up here, and see what's really important. This Mars is still in square to this Venus today, 22 degrees. So we're still going to be feeling that energy. But we will also, of course, see come the end of the day, we are going to see a couple of different shifts, right? We're going to see this moon is going to shift into Taurus, right? We'll see that moon shift into Taurus, so it's going to go into its exaltation. And we're also going to see Venus at 23 degrees. It's pretty much as soon as the moon comes into Taurus. We're going to see Venus at 23 degrees make that quincunx over to Chiron. So, Chiron is involved in multiple aspects today, which is why I'm saying that maybe we need to be a little bit easier on ourselves, especially kind of learn to gas ourselves up, because now, at this point, we can hopefully emotionally start to ground some of that, confidence and some of that, kind of pumping ourselves up, gassing ourselves up, because once this Venus quincunxes is Chiron, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? Venus in Virgo has not really been easy. It's about doing the hard work and about embracing and receiving. It's like, okay, we may be a little bit rough around the edges, especially in Virgo, especially dealing with the Chiron. It's gonna be kind of uncomfortable. It's a reality check in many ways. Venus in Virgo is a reality check. It's like you're not the perfect pearl inside of the clam. You're still coming into that perfection, if you will, but you're still coming into your own, right? So I think that's why at the beginning part of the day, we need to learn how to be our biggest cheerleader with the moon and Chiron making a trine over to Mercury. We need to learn how to be our biggest cheerleader as well, and maybe even seek out those that also, encourage us too, because when we get to this Venus quincunx Chiron, it can get a little bit weird, it can get a little bit hairy, especially because Venus does rule relationships, and we don't want to take things too personally. You know what I'm saying? Because Venus is about relationships, it is in Virgo, it can be a little bit critical, and when the quincunx is Chiron, then that's when things can get weird and people start taking personal digs that probably have nothing to do with the situation at hand. So you don't really, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't really want to take things too personally, because these will just be like little additions or asides to whatever the situation is. For example, say you're at work and somebody makes a criticism of your work, whatever like that, but then they tack on as like, you're the reason why you're like this is because X, Y, and Z, when X, Y, and Z has nothing to do with the situation at hand. It's just a personal dig. And yeah, you shouldn't take it personally, but the only reason why they're bringing that up is because of an insecurity within themselves. So I think today is going to be a day where, like, it can play to people's insecurities, but this is also going to be a day where it's like we can maybe look at some of those insecurities, maybe be honest with ourselves about them because of this quincunx, but also not fall victim to those insecurities and realize that, hey, I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I accept and embrace myself for who I am, and I'm not going to I'm not going to take mediocrity for an answer, but at the same time, I'm not going to force myself to feel the need to have everything figured out right now. Do what you can and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So, final card of the day I do have is the King of Wands in reverse. So, like I said, don't take things too personally. This King of Wands is definitely an individual that can get very fired up and riled up, but for all the wrong reasons. And then if they take some sort of rash action that just kind of blows things way out of proportion, you know. So you don't want to be acting from a place of like frustration or anger. It's gonna be more so it's like, okay, what can I do right now? What's a simple step that I can take? Because that's what the Two of Pentacles is talking about. What is a simple step that I can take? A simple, actionable, reasonable step that I can take towards whatever outcome it is that I want. I may not get that outcome immediately. I may not get that outcome today, but I can take some sort of reasonable action, a reasonable step, and also feel proud of myself and put myself up and make myself feel better because I took that step. And yeah, there's always going to be some weird circumstances. There's always going to be some criticisms. We are now in the Sun in Virgo, so we're all going to be a little bit more self-critical. We're all going to be a little bit more analytical right now. You just don't want to take it so far to the point where you discourage yourself from actually doing anything and moving forward. Love your body. I love how this card comes up because I'm talking about literally gassing yourself up, self confidence, and, just loving yourself. And I love how this card comes up. Love your body. This can come, and this is the physical body, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. It's not just the physical. Although, of course, in this card, it just shows someone looking into the mirror. But that's what it comes down to. Today probably would be a good idea to look in the mirror and say, I love you. And even though that may feel awkward as shit, because, yes, when you look in the mirror that you're not just looking at the person that you see there. You're not just looking at the surface level. You're also looking at all of the mistakes that person has made. You're looking at all of the happiness that person has had, all the joy. You're looking at all of the, challenges that person is facing. You're looking at all of the tears that person has shed, all of the laughter that person has had, all the connections that person has made. There's so much more to that person that you're looking at, which is why it's even more important to say, I love you to yourself. That is going to do it for your daily tarot and astrology reading for this August 23rd of 2024. I trust that this message will assist you on your journey today. If you found this message at all helpful, I would definitely appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video with your friends and your loved ones. But y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful Friday. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.